What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $2,704 in the first hour of trading. Finished the day up around 28.50 on the day, so I made a little bit back. Uh, I'm not going to get into all my trades, as in I actually woke up early this morning to trade Tesla, and I was up at 6:45 in the morning Eastern, trying to make some trades on Tesla. I really thought I would get ripping, and my trades just didn't work out. I actually started the morning off. I think I was down. You'll see when I roll the clip. It was either $800 or $1,000 or something like that by 9:30. So I started in the hole, but as you can see, made that back up in the first hour. So let's get into the trades, and you'll see how I did it. So my first trade was on this NEON stock. It is a recent reverse split, which has been hot recently. And what I was looking for is kind of just a break of this 375 level from the pre-market. I was thinking maybe if 375 broke, we would get a run to 4, and you can kind of see resistance on the daily chart, $4. And if we broke that, we'd test this 200-day moving average up here. All that happened, just not in the time frame that I wanted it to. So you'll see what I was watching the L2, some bids started to come in, it started to walk up. It cracks this 275 area. I go long, I get it filled at 382. You see the volume shoot up. I'm really thinking 4 breaks. It stalls here, comes down, pops back up. I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna get it. Nope, comes back down. And as we're coming back down below this level, I just had to put a stop in. I said if 375 breaks, which was previous resistance, if it doesn't hold up as support, I'm gonna get out. So I started selling in 1,000 share lots, and sure enough, it sold off really hard, terribly hard. So glad I got out. I think I lost, what is this, about 8 on the trade. I think I thought I had lost 12, but my fills were pretty good, so lost 8 on 2,000 shares.
T2, T3, and then the resumption time.
NBEV selling off too much. Both of these are selling off a little too much.
I'm long Neon, 383.
You can see Neon popping up a smidge there. Big spreads.
NBEV, New Age Beverage, 725 now at the high, up 34%.
All right, all out,
November
minus
Bravo Echo Victor.
12 on Neon. All right, so this is the big trade. This is the one that corrected all the wrongs from the morning. Like I said, I'm down about $1,000 at this point in the day. You know, 18 minutes into the market open, down $1,000, and I've been trading since 7 a.m. Not the greatest start, but I was really thinking Tesla was going to put in a big move, and I was watching it very closely. So out of the gates here, 9:30, it sold off, popped up at the VWAP, hard sell, hard rejection out of the VWAP. I mean, that's 307 down to 303, $4 move in a minute. That's pretty huge. So, but I was still thinking if it could break this VWAP, it'd get a good pop. So I was just waiting for some sort of setup. I did not like the VWAP rejection here. So I waited, didn't play any of this, no real setup. Watched it come up to the VWAP, and I thought it would probably get rejected again. And sure enough, we got a rejection candle, but it was different. It didn't sell off $4 like this one did. So I was telling myself, okay, Well, now we're going candle under candle here on the 1 minute chart. I don't even know what the 5 minute looked like. Yeah, doesn't look too special. Nope. So I was telling myself, since this sold off here, rejected the VWAP and went candle under candle, and it only lost maybe 25 cents, I'll look to play maybe the next 1 minute candle over candle and see if that pops it through the VWAP, and it's kind of holding a trend line here. All these dips. There's a dip here. Well, let's draw it just so you can see them all. We'll make them green. So here's a dip, right? That's a low. Here's a low right here, another low right here, and another low up here. So every time it dips, it's creating a higher low. All right. I don't really care that the highs are kind of whack, but it's important to notice that the lows are getting higher and higher and higher and higher. And this VWAP is kind of squeezing, like it's a spring. It's squeezing between that VWAP. Let me get rid of all these lines now. So it's creating this this kind of trend line upwards, like a support area, right? So I was kind of watching that, and I didn't draw it because you can kind of just see it, right? And this VWAP was acting as the resistance. So I'm telling myself, well, we're getting to the point where it's either going to break through the VWAP or just fall apart. And the setup here is giving me an entry around this ascending support line here. So I'm looking for the, here's a pop, here's a pullback. I'm looking for the next 1 minute candle over candle, and that happens on this one right here. And I tried it twice. I thought it was going to break. I get in right about here, and then it tanks. It doesn't actually go candle over candle. So that's what you see, this buy and sell here. I lost another 12 cents, so I'm down like 1,100 bucks this time. I'm only taking 1,000 shares. And then the big kahuna hits. So I go long again, and I get candle over candle, and it doesn't do anything. You can kind of see that right here. We got candle into candle. There's no rip in this thing. So it gets very concerning for me. I'm in at 304.88, which is right around here. And you'll watch the L2 when I run the live clip. It drops back down, and I'm telling myself a 304 and 50 cents breaks, I'm stopping out. Just the 50-cent level, I'll stop out, because this thing could just easily break the lower part. You can create a wedge out of this if you wanted to, something like this, right? Let's just kind of do that. It's an ugly wedge, but you can kind of see the idea. If it could easily just break this lower part of the wedge and go down this way. So I was telling myself, if 304.50 broke, I'm out. And you'll watch the L2. I got it within a penny of that level, and it didn't break. And it tested it, held, and then boom, explosion. And we got breakthrough VWAP, and this is where the dominoes just start following. So we break the VWAP, we break this high, and then we start breaking whole dollar and half dollar. And I'm telling myself, as soon as it looks like it's gonna come back down through a whole dollar level, like 307, 308, 309, I'll sell. And finally got over 309. Excuse me. And it looked like it was going to break 310. I was like, man, if 310 breaks, I'm just going to get out. And I put a hard stop in at 309, got up to 310, got up to 309.99, and then dropped really quick to 309 and triggered my stop. So that was a $4 and 10-cent, 11-cent win on 1,000 shares for over $4,000. That corrected the loss from the morning pretty quickly. So very fortunate that I didn't get stopped out as it was retracing here, and that it just exploded up afterwards. So that's the trade that righted all the wrong.
EFT Euronet Worldwide getting an upgrade at William Blair to now perform. $100, 22-cent sorry.
Just sitting and watching still.
NAG, the reporter says received takeover interest. That's Michael Alpha Golf.
No, Ray, they're not up today.
Max
We're
Silver hit a high of
finalizing a
854.
couple things
That's
on the
Michael
classes.
Alpha Golf.
We'll email and announce when it's all up online. Testing went really well. It really was solid. There were about 3
AKRX,
action
Alpha
points
Kilo
and things
Romeo
that we need to
X-ray.
work on before we can do our
Shares
next
to resume
test.
trading in 5 minutes at
They were pretty
9:55.
straightforward.
COP, ConocoPhillips announces agreement to
Just
sell
realized my
existing
mic
Greater
was
Sunrise
muted. I'm in
deals to
Tesla
government
at
for more or less.
304.89. Holy hell! I
That's
freaking
Charlie Oscar
killing this one.
Papa. Coming up at 10, construction spending for August plus 0.5% expected. And the ISM manufacturing PMI for September,
In Trade
60.3
Ideas, you can right-click
expected.
any window and go to properties.
All
and
out
then
Tesla
active.
309. So this next trade is Neon, and randomly, again, it flushed out huge, and then it just kind of creeped its way up, and then randomly, it got a whopping 850 shares and created a circuit breaker halt. Well, when it created circuit breaker halt, everybody just their alarm goes off on the scanners they're watching, or sorry, I'm tired. I'm so freaking tired today. I don't know why. Benzinga is telling everybody, oh, NEON halted on a circuit breaker. People are like, whoa, that thing is moving. So all eyes were on this when it opened up, including mine. And I'm still watching this $4 level to break it on the daily chart, and then go test the 200-day moving average. So it opens up higher. I go long as soon as it looks like it's going to break $4. I get filled right at $4, and then boom, it drops to 360, 40 cent down from my entry point. Luckily, it does come back up somehow, and it pops up on this candle. And as it pops up, I'm exiting quickly because I'm so done with this stock at this point. I got 26 cents out of it, very luckily, but it as you can see, it was wild all day long. So it did end up selling off later on, but I got pretty fortunate that I was able to get an entry and exit on this that was profit.
by 444 on the level 2. Not uncommon to see big spreads. There's 410. So now I just
NEON,
watch it
Neo
for a
popping
second.
to the
You
high,
can see it opened and
$4.10.
flashed all the way up to a high of 410.
After resuming trade after a circuit breaker halt, November Echo
So,
Oscar
yeah,
November.
over 410.
Company announcing a 1 for 10 reverse
Watch it,
stock
but
split,
the spreads are
which
so
is
big. It's
effective
380
today.
by 4. I don't think there's going to be
November Echo
a
Oscar
low risk
November.
opportunity. I think you could be aggressive on it and get in like right there at 4 for the break over the highs. Clearly, some traders did 420 by
AKRX, Alpha Kilo
436.
Romeo.
So the next trades that I'm going to go over, they were, nothing to write home about. This one, PLAG, I got in here out of the halt because just moments before this, NEON went crazy. I was thinking maybe this one would just get a sympathy play. And so I got in at 360. It tests, 380. I was thinking $4 being reached. It just wasn't. Couldn't do it. Started to sell off, and I sold. I was only able to fill 500 shares before it did a circuit breaker halt on the downside, and I had to sell the other 500 shares inside this candle for another loss. So got in at 360, sold half at 337, sold the rest at 315. Nice loss there, right? So nothing to write home about on that one. AKRX, this one was a little different. They lost. They had some bad news, and they lost a lawsuit. And it really is going to affect their business, as you can see. And the $6 level here, first off, it sold off hard, circuit breaker. Then it started to pop, hit $6, came back down, hit $6 again, came back down, $6, testing $6. I'm thinking, if $6 can break, we're going to get a move up. And this is kind of what I'm looking at. So I tried it here, couldn't break it, went candle under candle, I stopped out. Minus 6, no big deal, $60. Tried it again a minute later as we're testing it again. It does break it right through here, and I'm thinking, okay, it's going to get moving. We'll get up into this gap here hopefully, and get up to maybe $10. I don't know. Couldn't do it, and it came all the way back down, as you can see right here. Let me get a little bit bigger so you can see it. Came all the way back down, and as it was breaking back down 6, I stopped out. So that was a -3 on that one, and I think that was it. Yeah. So all that, I was trying to get over 3,000 on the day, couldn't do it. Whatever, not gonna cry about it. So I did finish the day up 27.90. It looks like that was the final of the day. So that was it. One winner, like 9 losers, but that's why, if a stock doesn't do what you thought it was going to do, you cut it loose, move on, because all it takes is one winner and it can make your day. So other than that, if you guys want to, you are more than welcome to come into the free Discord chat room that I run. Link for that is in the description down below, as well as all the chat rooms and news feeds that I subscribe to personally. All right, I will see you in the next video.